What's up guys, this is Ultimate iDevice Vids, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys 5 new Cydia tweaks compatible with iOS 10. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up we have Adaptive Color Alerts. This one's available for free, and basically this tweak will customize the pop-up alerts on your device to take in the colors from the background and blur them into the pop-up to go for a really nice look. So for example, on the home screen here when I'm about to remove or delete an application, you can see right there this tweak again takes the colors from the background and blurs them into the pop-up, and it goes for a really nice colorful gray looking pop-up just like this. So again, I think it looks absolutely great. And then again, it works inside of applications and on the home screen. I'll show you guys on another home screen over here. So this time it's just the wallpaper, and again, it kind of looks camouflage, and again, it just goes for a very nice look. After you guys install it, you want to make sure you go over to settings, then head over to adaptive color alerts, and make sure you select enable, and then the tweak will start working after that. Next, we have Toucher. This one's available for $1.99. However, it does have a 3-day free trial. And this tweak allows you to just simply tap on your Touch ID sensor on your device to serve as a home button press. So, of course, the Touch ID sensors detect when, a finger is actually placed on it. So you could, essentially do this type of thing. So let me show you guys here. The most basic gesture with this is just the ability to simply tap the Touch ID sensor like that. And as you can see like that, it'll serve as the home button. But there's various awesome gestures in the settings for the tweak. And by the way, you don't actually have to use it with any of your registered Touch ID fingers. Any, finger will work with this. It essentially, again, just senses anything, any finger on the sensor. So this is essentially just Virtual Home updated for modern versions because it hasn't been updated in a while. So it's good to see an alternative pop up. But if we jump over to the Toucher settings here, once again, we have a 3-day free trial. Anyways, in here you have the ability to enable or disable the tweak, and you could also disable it in certain applications on your device if you want to do that. And here we have the gestures. So we have single press, double press, triple press, hold, press and slide in. And if we tap on any of these, we have a set of essentially actions that you could mix and match, with the gestures that it has to make it work the best for you. So we have home button, press, go to the app switcher, lock the device, Siri, reachability, screenshot, app back, and last app. So once again here, as you can see, there we go. We have double press, which is by default set to switcher. So if I just double tap like this, it'll go to the switcher like so. Triple press, screenshot like this. You could see, and again, you can mix and match all these to make it work the way you want. My personal favorite is press and hold, and that's set to lock device, and that's actually just how I like it. Basically, what it allows you to do is just tap on the Touch ID sensor once, and then tap and hold like this, tap and hold, then it'll lock the device. I think that's much easier than pressing the lock button, in my opinion. But let's just jump back to the settings here, and you have the response time slider right there, and then we have the turn on screen option. So with this, you can actually turn on the screen without actually pressing the home button. You could just tap it. So for gesture, I have single press set, but you could make it double press or hold if you want. And then the action here, of course, we could have it so it turns on the screen or it turns on the screen and unlocks. I'm just going to go with turn on screen for now. And you can also have it so it turns off after a certain amount of time. But either way, let's just lock the device here, and I'll show you. I can just tap on the Touch ID sensor, and it will wake up the device. Very neat feature. However, keep in mind that could definitely use up some battery space because it has to be, waiting for you to press it. So I'm just going to go ahead and disable it for the time being. But down here, we have the vibration settings. So you could have it so it vibrates when you press and you tap. And, I definitely do notice that. However, it is definitely a light vibration for me. And if we just scroll down here, we can have it so it overrides the system vibration setting and the sensitivity slider right there. But really awesome tweak. I've always liked the virtual home tweak, so it's good to see an alternative pop up for iOS 10. Next, we have Photocon. This one is free, and it basically places the last photo inside your camera roll right on top of the Photos application itself. So it just goes for a nice look. You could see the last photo you have right from the home screen. So if I jump into here, you could see in camera roll, it is the latest photo. So definitely a nice touch there. Now, the only issue I've had with this tweak is basically, let's just say I, take a photo, whatever I want to do. And, once it refreshes, and, you might have to lock and unlock your device to refresh it. But either way, as you see right there, it's showing up. So let's just say I wanted to delete that photo. So I go in here, I just delete it normally, as I would normally do. And it's gone. However, it's still in recently deleted. The only problem is even after I, refresh it by locking and unlocking, you can see right there, it's still going to keep the last photo that's in recently deleted as the image. So in order to fix that, I'd have to just clear my recently deleted like this. I'd clear the deleted, and then it would actually fix itself. So we'll lock and unlock, and there it fixes itself. So hopefully that bug will be fixed soon, but definitely a great tweak. Status folder is a very simple tweak. It just allows you to see your status bar when you're inside a folder on your device. So normally it's not available, but as you can see right here, we're inside a folder and we have the status bar visible. So if you guys spend a lot of time in folders for whatever reason, this tweak allows you to see your status bar. Very small tweak, but it works as advertised. And last but not least, we have 3D Touch Flip Switch. And this essentially provides you with a 3D Touch toggle for Flip Switch. Now, Flip Switch is currently in beta for iOS 10, and you guys will need to have Ryan Petrich's beta repo installed in order to get the beta for iOS 10. So just keep in mind, it is a beta. It's not completely stable, but the repo will be up on your screen right now, so you can get the latest version of Flip Switch. Now, basically what Flip Switch is it's a toggle manager that other tweaks depend on to get toggles to work. So one that comes to mind, a tweak that depends on it is Flip Control Center. That allows you to add, all kinds of awesome toggles to the control center like this that it doesn't normally have. And it gets these from Flip Switch. These are Flip Switch toggles that it shows in here. And various other tweaks do that as well. So with any tweak that uses Flip Switch, this tweak will essentially add an option to quickly enable and disable 3D Touch. Now, if we jump into settings, let's just head over to the Flip Control Center settings down here, and we'll go over to switches, and here's our Flip Switch list. And you can see there, this tweak adds the 3D Touch option. So now when we're inside of our control center, in this case, you could see we now have the 3D Touch toggle right there. So it's on right now. You can see I could use 3D Touch just like so, but I could simply just tap on that, disable it, and now you can see 3D Touch is no longer active. I cannot do that, but I could just quickly re-enable it like that, and now it's back, as you see right here. So it's certainly much easier than having to go all the way into your settings, and then you'd have to go to settings, general, accessibility, and in there, then you'd have to go to 3D Touch. So it's just much easier to have that toggle if you're, toggling that on and off often. So 3D Touch Flip Switch. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to this channel for many more videos pertaining to Cydia tweaks, that kind of thing. Also, make sure to follow the channel on Twitter, like it on Facebook. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps it up, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.